Welcome, my dear viewer, to Dr. Paul Kibicho YouTube channel. And for quite some time now, people have been coming to my office and asking several questions pertaining to what one is supposed to look at, especially when it comes to hiring of managers. Remember, a manager basically manages what we call human capital. And human resource is one of the greatest assets that any organization can take pride of. And the way you treat your people basically is the way these people are going to give their input as far as the achievement of the objectives set by the organization, the enterprise, the company are going to be met. And I've realized many times, most of us, or those people who are in the management position, they tend to ignore the aspect of treating their employees in the right manner to be able to get the results so desired. So one of the things that we must do, or we must learn to do, is to treat our employees with utmost care and respect that they deserve. Remember, you can't run an entire empire alone. You require what we call human capital. And in my career as a consultant, many people have come to me asking me, Kibicho, what am I supposed to look for? Most when I'm hiring a manager. You require, if for instance, you require either a farm manager, you require what we call a hotel manager, you require an insurance company manager, you require, any business requires a manager. So what is the work of a manager, or what are the key functions of manager? Even before we think of what we call looking at the qualities of a good manager, one key aspect of a good manager is organization, or organizing. You must organize the venture that you have in, you must organize what we call the various infrastructures required to be able to achieve the goals that you have set to achieve. So organizing is very, very key. Then the other thing is actually attracting the right manpower. A good manager attracts the right manpower, or people who can help you do the business that you want to do, and at the same time retain them. So attracting and retaining them is very, very important. The other thing that you do is to direct. You direct in terms of giving the guidance of how things should be done, why they should be done that way, and what is the capacity required by that particular organization to be able to achieve the desired results in your organization. The other thing is to motivate. You have to continually motivate your staff members. What is going to make your staff members to remain with you for quite a long time is basically the way you motivate them. When it comes to motivation, we have got two types of motivation. One is what we call intrinsic motivation and what we call extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So many people think that a good salary is all that matters in a business. A good salary is not one of the major factors to consider while actually employing somebody. You look at what we call the overall working conditions in an organization. Is there the human face? Are people treated well? What are the other benefits besides the salary in terms of Medicare, in terms of pension? Those are the things that a good manager considers. So with those few, because I can give you more, allow me now to give you what we call the qualities of a good manager. A good manager must be a good leader. Who is a leader? A leader is somebody who influences the decisions of those people that he leads, and more so with what we call a structured kind of a direction that helps to achieve the various objectives that have been set aside. So a leader is somebody who influences positively. And therefore, a leader, a good manager, being a great leader means he's able to know what the staff members requires to be able to produce the outputs. He should know that this is what we call the occupation health and safety measures are taken, because should there be injuries, the management has got what we call direct responsibility to take care of those people. Number three, how do you treat what is the welfare of your staff members? So a good leader is a great leader. That's one of the good qualities that a manager should possess. The other one is basically what we call empathy. You must put yourself into the shoes of the employees. The fact that you are a leader is okay. The fact that you are a leader is okay. But then you must also appreciate that even them, those people that you lead, they are desirous of one day becoming a leader. And therefore, putting yourself into their shoes. If a lady, for instance, if you have got an employee who's a lady and she's pregnant, and maybe most likely she's undergoing what we call gravidarum hyperemesis, in simple terms, morning sickness, you don't have to keep on actually throwing bad names to her. you need to appreciate that that lady actually has got new changes in her body, and the way she actually operates is quite different from now the normal person she has always been before she got pregnant. Treat her with respect. Those people whose health has defeated from norm, sometimes one can get sick. We are all human beings. Don't just go uttering bad words or actually throwing bad words to your employees, because the moment you do that, you now lose what we call the unleashing of the full potential from the employees. Don't a good manager will never reprimand his or her staff members before the other colleagues. No, if you have an office, why don't you invite that employee and tell him or her where she made a mistake and correct him or her in a very humane way? Because if you continually throw bad things to those employees, they may sabotage your operations. So a good employee knows how to delegate. A good manager knows how to delegate. You can't be all over. Even our very president, His Excellency the President, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he has delegated quite a number of responsibilities to a number of people. Delegation means you cannot be the human resource manager. You cannot be the accountant, and at the same time, you are the operations manager. No. You cannot also be the relationship manager. No. So can you look at the various capacities that your employees have, and depending on what we call the JD, the job description, the job specification, can you bring the human person, the right person, the human resource which is required to run that particular docket? Emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. It is always good to realize that people sometimes get affected by a number of external factors. Sometimes people they lose their beloved ones. Sometimes people quarrel in their homes. Sometimes there are differences that do arise even amongst the employees. So one of the things that you must also do is to ensure that you understand the psychological frame of your employees, so that at the right time you can be able to know when they are productive or not. A good manager must be knowledgeable. Understand whatever you do, whatever business that you do, kindly understand it. If possible, you must have what we call the cash philosophy. Cash philosophy stands for KASH. You must have the knowledge of the business that you're doing. You must have the right attitude. That is what we call letter A. You must have the skills to be able to run that particular venture. And H stands for habit. A good manager forms what we call good habits. So a good manager must be knowledgeable. The other thing that good managers must do, they must be able to capitalize on the strengths of the employees. Look at what the strengths each particular employee has, and then use those particular strengths to be able to improve on the welfare of your organization, and more so to be able to get the desired results of your organization. So he writes, a good manager capitalizes on the strengths of his team members. Something else a good manager does is to mentor. You must mentor and develop what we call those teams that you have. Mentorship is key. Mentor people. So that you may be saying that this person was promoted courtesy of my mentorship. Mentorship means showing people what ought to be done for them to come to the level that you are. Do not feel intimidated or threatened by letting other people know what it is that you're doing. No, do it and mentor them. Good managers, they set clear expectations of the staff members. Let the staff members know what it is that you want to achieve in your organization. If you're an insurance company, you know the target that you give. If you're a bank manager, you know how to get what we call deposits, how to get new members. So every employee must have what we call expectations, and they are normally set clear by the manager. This manager must be accountable. Everybody must be accountable to their team players. Be accountable. Let them appreciate what your role is, and your position by virtue of being a manager must, even the person who has put you there as his or her manager has got his or her own expectations, just like you have your expectations to your team members. Therefore, everybody must be accountable to his position and what one has been hired for. A good manager must promote an open door policy. Do not become bossy. Do not be the person who shares himself or herself. No. You must have an open door policy. In case of anything, let people come in and share with you whatever experiences they have. By so doing, they feel happy, they feel appreciated, and life becomes more bearable. A good manager knows how to strive to relate to the challenges of the employees. You take a bit of time to know what are the problems that your people are facing. So by understanding the problems that your people, your employees or your team members are facing, you are able to come up with what we call structures that can be able to address those particular problems affecting the productivity of your staff members. A good manager is fair. He's always fair. You must be a fair manager. Do not promote on sex, whether a male or a female. Do not promote on looks. Do not promote on what we call the person, because the person is related to you in terms of creed, in terms of color, in terms of race, in terms of tribe. No, you must embrace what we call the theory of meritocracy, where you actually promote people on merits. That is very, very key. Avoid office relationships. A good manager avoids what we call office relationships, because relationships do affect what we call uh, the jewel or whatever that brings you together gets affected, because they'll be saying that somebody is favored because of ABCD, blah, blah, blah. So avoid what we call office relationships. Avoid scandals in the office. A good manager avoids every kind of a scandal. All scandals must be avoided by a good manager. And as I have said, promotion must be on merit, not on any other factor, but purely merit and achievement of the set goals and dreams. For more information, I'll be giving you more tips. My name is Dr. Paul Mwagikevicho. I'm the CEO of Panorama Consulting Company. In case you have any inquiries to make, should you require to use our services at Panorama Consulting Company, kindly go to our website, www.panorama-consultants.com. My YouTube channel is Paul Kibisho, Dr. Paul Kibisho YouTube channel. You can even go find me in my Twitter account at KibsSure, KIBSSURE. And you can as well pay us a visit in our offices. We are based at Outer Ring Road, in between Naivas Petrol Station and Naivas Supermarket and Ola Petrol Station. At the same time, you can get me on my cell phone number, 0722 633 021. If my number is not going through, you can get my personal assistant, who is called Madam Judy, on 0713 534 65. 0713 534 65 for more engagements. May God bless you. Always tune in, listen to what we have, and with God, all things once again are possible. Shalom. Shalom.